In this session of FrameMaker for Word users, we're going to take another look at the advantages of what I call bulletproof or unbreakable numbering. As you can see, we've got some rather complex numbering here. We're going down to about 6 levels deep. FrameMaker actually has no limit. You can go more than 9 levels if you wish. And you'll notice that this, of course, breaks across a page. These numbers change quite easily. In fact, if I wanted to change this from, if I wanted to go ahead and add an extra level to it, for instance, I could take this item here, and in my paragraph catalog, I could change it to a first level. You'll see that as I do that, this number changes to a 4, right there. And also the number down below it here is changing to a 5. And this, of course, has made all the ensuing numbers on the next page begin with 5.2.1. Okay, so let's take a look at a couple things with page layout where FrameMaker has a distinct advantage over Microsoft Word. One of them is the fact that section breaks are not necessary for making a change to page layout. You know that we're in double column right now throughout the entire document, and instead of using section breaks, FrameMaker uses master pages. And here you can see that we have just two simple master pages. One is double column, one is single column. Now this happens to be a landscape layout, but you could actually have a landscape page mixed in with portrait or upright pages as well. FrameMaker is very versatile that way. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my body pages, and I've decided I'd like to take the page number 2, and I'm going to use my page layout commands to choose a different master page. I simply want to apply a different layout, and I'm going to say single column. Voila, it's just that simple. Here you can see that we're going from double column through single column into double column again, and there is no master page. Now in this particular case, we're actually allowing text to flow through the single column, which is really not very logical. It's not very likely that you would do that. More likely you would probably want a disconnected page, and most of the time people have single columns and double columns for things like tables or special information or whatever. Now I want to point out here that I have another document. It's a landscape only page, and if I make it bigger, you'll see it's just got some simple diagram, a little bit of heading text, etc. This is the type of thing that somebody might want. It's called sample evidence. This is the type of thing that somebody may want to have inserted in their double column document. I'm actually just going to copy this information, and I'm going to use it in a moment inside this document. So the first thing I'm going to do is restore this page back to normal. I'm going to go back to my master page usage command and just change it back to a right page orientation. There we go. Now what I'd also like to do is right here where page 2 is, I'd like to insert a new page. So I'm going to say that I want to special add a disconnected page. And when you add a disconnected page, it asks you what kind of page layout do you want. Do you want this disconnected page to have single column, or in this case you might a double column layout. I'm going to say I want it to be a single column, and it gives me a warning. Moments later, I have right after that page here I've got a single column. So as I promised, I'm going to go back to this landscape page. I'm going to copy all the information that's inside of it. I'm going to go in here and simply paste it there. And I'm also going to, I created a little more text than I wanted, and you can delete pages as well. So I'm simply going to use my delete page command to get rid of that extra page that I don't want. So as you can see, I now have double column to double column, and my pagination is going around the landscape single column page. Now the significant thing here is the following. What I want to do is to make the text bigger. Perhaps maybe 120 so we can really see it well. And I want to see what happens to my auto numbers, because we interrupted a numbered sequence of a whole bunch of numbered sections. So we were at 9.2.2, and as we go down past the landscape page, you'll see that the text picks up with 9.2.3. So to make this clear, I'm going to go into bold and just say this used to be 9.2.3 before we made any other changes. Okay, and I'm just doing that so it's very clear what that was before I do anything else. Okay, so if I move up above, I showed you earlier that we've got the pagination going from here to here. Now because of that pagination, that means that our auto numbers are going to update automatically before and after the landscape page without any problem. So let's just do a couple simple things. I'm going to go ahead and take this paragraph right here, and I'm going to go ahead and change it to a second level head, move it out like that. And I'd also like to insert some change some numbering before this. Perhaps I may want to begin a new section 1 right here. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to first level, and I'll just say something like how to work with landscape. I'm going to go ahead and change this to a second level. It is easy to do. And finally, I'll change it to a third level. You can do it too. And finally, I'll go back to first level. Now, why not? Try it today. This is really cool. Okay, now what's happened is I've actually inserted 2 first level sections or first level heads. So this, of course, has changed my numbering throughout the document. And what used to be section 9 down here, historical background, has now changed to section 11. So let's see what's happened to our numbering after the landscape page. And hey, guess what? As you can see, it's got 11s in front of it. Of course, pagination has pushed our text down a little bit. But right here, and let's zoom in really large so you can't miss this. There we go. Notice it says this used to be 9.2.3, and now it's 11.3.1 because I inserted several other levels there to dramatically change the numbering. Okay, so we're going to remember this bold paragraph here, and let's do one last thing. The main lesson here is that there are no section breaks. This is all accomplished easily and swiftly with these master pages. So let's say that our reviewers come back and they decide that they don't require this illustration. They want us to get rid of it. We've got this disconnected page. So what we're going to do is just get rid of the disconnected page with that special delete pages command. In an instant, it's gone. Okay, and let's go ahead and see what happened to our numbering. Go up here to 120, and up here where the text is bold, this used to be 9.2.3. Notice that it's still 11.3.1. And if we zoom right up here, let's say that I'll go to where you can kind of see it, both of them. Let's say that I just added one more number. Okay, and repaint my screen, a new one. So that's 11.2.2. And notice down here that this has changed to 11.3.1. So once again, that's how easy it is for you to make your changes. And I'm actually going to go ahead and change that to a second level. And so now we have a second level followed by another second level. And as you see, anything I do here, the numbering is working fine. This is also true of your cross-references. Everything will keep up to date. So basically, in a nutshell, you can swiftly and easily have mixed page layout, either single and double column, or landscape pages within portrait pages, and have no effect whatsoever on your numbering. This concludes our demonstration.